Channel 11's Ryan Houston was in that meeting to walk us through what happened there.
Tensions were high tonight. Parents argued with parents. Some even screamed at the doctors who were present and school board members.
It doesn't stop the spread of COVID. We're done. We are done.
It does stop the spread.
We don't care.
Oh, stop it. Go inside. Go inside.
You can have your
Go
time.
inside.
I'll have mine.
This argument happened before the meeting even started. Someone wearing a white coat started arguing with the mom who says putting a mask on her child should be her choice.
You're wrong.
Go inside.
You are wrong.
This chaos continued inside. The North Allegheny School Board went into executive session and came out and said,
"We are under a temporary restraining order that requires us, when we're inside on a North Allegheny property, to wear masks. Therefore, we cannot continue with this meeting until everyone is wearing a mask."
The board gave those not wearing a mask 5 minutes to grab one because of the temporary restraining order. And some in the crowd chanted, "My body, my choice." Then,
have a good night. We'll see you in September. Thank you.
People who were upset screamed and chanted at board members as they left the room. And while I was interviewing a doctor from UPMC, it was interrupted again.
The SARS-CoV-2 virus. It is.
The PCR test that the CDC said is not accurate, that they don't know how many patients that they
RT-PCR is 96% accurate.
Attorneys representing parents who are in favor of masks tell us that they applaud the board for sticking to the court order. On the other hand, those against the mandate say they are planning their own legal action, but it's not clear when that will happen. Ryan Houston, Channel 11 News.
He was her only son, her child, and police say the man who pulled the trigger is still out there. But his mother, through her tears, told Channel 11's Ryan Houston that it's Amir's life that she wants you to remember.
And they said as soon as he turned his back, they heard the gunshot. And the security guard said that she saw my son fall on his knee and collapse.
Pretty Tooley broke down, talking about the moment she found out her only son, 18-year-old Amir Tooley, was shot in the back of the head.
And I ran, and I got to the door, and I looked, and I just saw my son on the ground. So I ran over, and I don't ever.
His mom told me she's been sleeping in his bed ever since he died on Monday. She also tells us Amir was an A&B student and had just graduated from North Hills High School last year. His mom goes on to say that he helped her remodel their bar and restaurant, Pretty's Pit, and manage the kitchen for 3 years.
I was supposed to pass down to my baby, you know? Now I don't have anything to, I have nobody. Like I'm not gonna have any grandkids, you know, and that's the stuff that I sit here and think about. Like, you robbed me of that.
Pittsburgh police are searching for 45-year-old Mark McClendon, who also goes by Howard Hawkins. According to police documents, McClendon got into an argument with others in the bar, and security told him to leave. And authorities are accusing McClendon of coming back and shooting Amir outside the bar.
But I want him to look me in my eye and tell me what my son did to deserve to get shot from the back and get a bullet to his brain, where he was brain dead when he got to the hospital. What did my son do to deserve that?
Tooley says she's closing the bar for a while, but plans to reopen eventually. The only comfort she's able to find now comes through her family and all of Amir's friends. They've started leaving balloons, candles, and pictures out front of the restaurant.
This is another home for me, and it was a home for Amir. That's why when he went outside, I don't think he saw anything wrong with, dude, why are you still here? You're not allowed back in the bar, because he's protecting his territory. He's protecting his mother.
I've emailed Pittsburgh police several times this week for a mugshot of the suspect or a description, and they sent over this statement. It reads in part, "There is no new information for release at this time." Ryan Houston, Channel 11 News.
Channel 11's Ryan Houston has more on what led to the lockdown and the charges that suspect is facing.
With so many 911 calls about shootings, Bethel Park police tell us they're glad things turned out the way it did today. Lance, did you threaten to shoot up the mall earlier?
No.
Lance, how much have you had to drink today, Lance?
No.
51-year-old Lance Crowley didn't have much to say as Bethel Park police took him to the Allegheny County Jail. He's charged with terroristic threats and public drunkenness after police say he threatened to shoot people carrying a duffel bag while leaving Macy's at South Hills Village Mall.
There's a possible madman or running around with guns in a duffel bag. You need to let your workers know through some means of communication.
Brad Kernecki works at the Pizza Villa in the food court at the mall. He says he saw police inside shutting down other stores, but he claims nobody told the employees at the food court what was going on.
It makes me concerned. It makes me concerned to know that, we weren't given no notification. You know what I mean? I mean, what if the gunman made it to the mall? Like, you have workers there, you have people there that need to know just in case they see something, they're like, hey, we're in trouble.
Malls are soft targets. They have been targets around the country in the past years. We don't take this lightly. We had a response. Our entire department mobilized. Everyone that was working went up there.
Bethel Park Police Chief Tim O'Connor says they didn't evacuate the entire mall because they received reports that Crowley had left the mall after making the threats. The chief tells Channel 11 they sent officers inside the mall to make sure shoppers were safe and then arrested the suspect a few blocks over near a liquor store on Library Road.
He did not have any weapons on him, his bag. We also retraced his route from Macy's to the Wine and Spirits with canine dogs. No gun was found. We don't believe that he was in possession of a gun.
The chief tells us that anyone who lives in Bethel Park can sign up for Swift Reach. Basically, it's an alert system, and we'll let you know anytime there's a shooting or anything going on in Bethel Park. In Bethel Park, Ryan Houston, Channel 11 News.
We've just had tons of people riding ATVs, dirt bikes, all up and down the streets, through the whole neighborhood. Apparently through the entire city.
Matthew Gatto has lived in the Marshall-Shaitland area for 4 years, and he says the noise from the dirt bikes are all too common.
Look at this. Look at this.
A Channel 11 viewer sent a cell phone video showing 3 people riding ATVs at night on Fleming Avenue.
We had issues with people blowing stop signs, small kids riding with no helmets, riding ATVs, dirt bikes, quads, like the whole range.
And other neighbors in the area tell me that the bikes are loud and noisy, but it usually only lasts for 20 to 30 minutes.
Go find somebody out there doing real crime.
My photographer and I were recording video at Horace Mann Elementary, and this gentleman and 2 kids rode by on their ATVs. He eventually made a U-turn and agreed to talk.
Hey, it's a pandemic. We ain't hurt nobody. It's better than going out killing somebody. You know what I'm saying? All we're trying to do is have fun. And the kids ride with us, you know what I'm saying? We take our own kids out, but we can't ride in parking lots, we can't ride in the grass. They walk, you know what I'm saying? They want us on the street, but where we gonna ride?
And then I asked about safety.
Every day you walk out your door, it's a safety issue. You know what I mean?
Okay. The mayor's office says otherwise. The city sent over a statement. It reads in part that the Pittsburgh Bureau of Police and its law enforcement partners will utilize any available technology to stop these unauthorized vehicles from driving on city streets. And Pittsburgh police want to hear from you if you're having problems with ATVs or dirt bikes in your neighborhood. The email address is 412_tips@pittsburghpa.gov. Ryan Houston, Channel 11 News.